let's start by talking about what the real estate market looks like in your area. Are you seeing practices expand? Are they stabilizing? Are they consolidating? I know for my part, this market is very, very tight, particularly for dental and vet. There's still a lot of space for specialties. My endodontists, my periodontists, veterinary specialty, lots of room. MDs still have a lot of room available, and optometry is it feels very wide open for my optometrists. DSOs are starting to creep in a little bit. I don't know about your territories. I'm sure they are, but I think every time we see a DSO come in, we're like, because that could have been a space for one of my independents, and that's where my real love lies, is with my independent guys. How about you, Joe?
I would say so. I'm less, I guess, landlocked than you are because I'm not a bridging or abutting a coast. So there's more room, especially through the lens of Orlando, on the outskirts of town, where the acquisition costs are still relatively inexpensive, quote unquote. And the developers are getting a good amount of the land, but the small pieces that they don't necessarily need anymore fit well for acquiring a piece of land to do a development project on. Sometimes the infrastructure is already in place, as well as maybe an outparcel or a multi-tenant building that they need a dentist, a veterinarian, an optometrist, someone along those lines to occupy. So there are opportunities to purchase and lease in my market for all different facets and verticals within the healthcare industry. It's just a matter of finding the correct piece that makes sense for each doctor. Price, of course, comes into play. Timeline for delivery of the shell, if it's not there, if it's just an idea with a design that hasn't been fully permitted, but they're marketing yet, you could be looking at 12, 18, sometimes even 2 years or 24 months out to get the project open and the doors to the point where you're seeing patients. So definitely opportunities there. Like you said, DSOs can creep in and get involved in the process a lot quicker in many instances, but a lot of doctors, general dentists included, don't mind being near DSOs in many instances because they have the opportunity to put a different product in front of a lot of people there that they might not get from a DSO that's in right down the street.
That's very true, and I hear that quite a bit. How about you, David?
Sure. For particularly the Southwest region, we have more of a demand when it comes to startups and really, expansions. But at the end, what's creating a lot of buzz these days is I'm noticing there's a trend of a lot of physicians or dentists, like they're moving away from the leasing and rather own real estate. In Southwest Florida, we have still a lot of land available. So they're even looking into ground up construction. And even at a young age, I'm seeing a lot of these doctors are maybe in their 30s, wanting just to stop leasing after a 5-year term instead of waiting it out. So that's more of a demand I'm noticing. So pipeline now is mostly on the purchasing side than the leasing side. But the focus is still around startup and then expansion, as I said, and of course anything else as far as acquisitions that also is considered as well.